I think that most guys I know, most guys I've ever met in my life, would never want to date me. I know that they feel this way. I can just sense it. I think that most guys I know are like, Fiona's cool, would never want to date her. I'm pretty hungover, but I'm going to explain with my one brain cell.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at women being upset for men staying single. It's crazy how men choosing to stay single is something that's so aggravating for them, but whatever. Let's jump into it.
I have a question for single men in their 30s who have their lives together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks.
The harsh truth is nowhere. Men are not interested in single women in their 30s.
Came here to look for a boyfriend. I don't know.
The men who are out there aren't really looking for a girlfriend mostly. A lot of them are just minding their own business.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to.
It's not men's fault that modern women went online to record videos of themselves saying that men are trash, that we shouldn't approach them, that they would prefer to be around a bear, all of that sort of stuff. Not our fault.
If the man is handsome, educated, has money, but still single, then what could be the problem?
There is no problem. That man is clearly not interested in single women who complain that much.
I don't want to get married. There's no benefit to that.
What? You're not going to get married? Josh.
But why? What's the point of getting married? I have to pay $50,000 to get married for what?
Excuse me?
He has a point about marriage, but she's too busy shaming him to understand why he actually said that.
I'm just wondering, have black men totally given up on black women?
Yeah, it's a done deal. We decided to go where we're celebrated, not where we're tolerated.
When basic respect is seen as princess treatment, you can't blame men for just walking away.
A man can commit to liking a sports team for his whole life, the same sport team his entire life. He's not afraid of commitment, okay? He just doesn't want to commit to you.
The sports team won't try to shame him online for not folding the towels properly.
Yes, men are happy being single. They are. They're definitely enjoying it more than they used to before. And because I see it, it's gotten harder to date, lately. Men are very satisfied in their lives without women.
Men have found their peace, and a lot of them are not willing to give it up for modern women. It simply won't happen.
They are. They're working a lot, either working a lot, or if they're not working, then, they'll hang out with their friends, with their family, with their kids. Well, with their kids, it's a given. But yeah, they're happy being, if they're not married, they're happy being, bachelors and having their own space and not having to commit to anyone. So yeah, this wasn't the case before, but this is what it is now.
Modern women went out of their way to treat men like complete garbage. It is no wonder that men walked away.
When dudes say, I don't chase. Right, well, go find yourself a boyfriend then, babe. You don't chase? Well, what do you mean? That's your job. What do you do then? What do you do? You're not fulfilling your job as a man on this planet, okay? What do you do? Tell me. Please explain. Oh, I don't chase. I also don't have a head frame. Or any social skills or a fully developed frontal lobe.
Why would any man be interested in a woman who mocks him with random slurs? It makes no sense.
Because I don't chase. Also, when guys are complaining about gold diggers, but their side table is a cardboard box, and all they can afford to buy you is a piece of chicken, babe, gold diggers go after Ferraris, not a plate of food, okay? Cool.
The men she desires don't actually have to chase her. She's too busy chasing after him.
What do you think about the men who choose to remain bachelors?
It's funny because I probably have that mindset this day and age. I just turned 44 today. Today is my birthday. But when I was in my early 20s, I thought about marriage and settling down. But now it's like the bachelor life is better. You know, people out here getting married and getting divorced a couple months later. So until you find true love and happiness, there's nothing wrong with being a bachelor.
It's better to be on your own instead of with a woman who resented you from day one. Like, why on earth would you put yourself through that headache?
Why would you give that up for marriage when you're going to get divorced? She's going to take the kids, she's going to take your money, and she's going to destroy you. There is no net benefit today for men to get married.
Too many ex-wives turned divorces into a petty grudge match of pure destruction. It's simply not worth it. I don't know why dudes get married this day and age.
Okay, I have a theory on why all the hottest girls are single and nobody's married yet. I figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like,
she's complaining that there aren't enough chads to go around. That is just absurd. But really, when you think about it, that's the complaint that most modern day women who are still dating actually have.
people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff. People would date in their lane. Now, everyone's hot and no, men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working equal pay, that's also a rare thing.
Dating within your league is what's kept society thriving for thousands of years. Look at society now when we have everybody trying to date out of their league. And by everybody, I mean women, let's be real.
So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us. You know what I mean?
If you're going online and saying that men suck, then it's probably not men who are the problem.
I told my husband that 63% of men 30 and under are single, and all he said was good.
The sad part is that percentage is probably going to get way higher in the next few years.
The study says 80% of men nowadays don't want to be in a relationship. No, you hoes are one argument away from getting cracked by a bozo. It ain't even about pockets no more. He could have no seats on his mattress, holes in his socks, sleeping on his grandma, auntie, uncle crib floor. And you still gonna let him crack. That's on you, not us. That's you, baby.
You can't shame average men for the poor life choices of modern women. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well, the shortest and most correct answer to the question, when did men stop coming up to women? Well, it was about the same time that women started asking them to stop.
When men left women alone, women got exactly what they wanted, and yet they still completely just whine about it.
I was trying to flirt with a boy, and then he told me that I am not hot enough to be this mean. And you know what? I think he might be right.
It is sad how many modern women think the key to a man's heart is to be mean to him, and then these same women wonder why men don't actually want to date them, and, you know, the men that they want don't want to take them seriously.
If a man ever brags that they do not chase women, oh, she's falling down. If they brag that they do not chase women, if they brag that they're not going to go out of their way for a woman, you like men. You want to be a princess. You want a man to chase you. They haven't admitted to themselves that they are like actually gay, okay? Because a guy who, like, guys know, like, it's not about chasing women in particular, like, it's more about pursuing a woman, okay? If they're like bragging that they do not pursue women, like, you're kind of girly, kind of weird.
It's funny to watch women like this hurl out emasculating insults because men won't talk to them. Like, of all things, being mad that men won't talk to you is pretty crazy.
It's just not a flex, because the girls that are actually of high quality are going to not chase you. They're not going to chase your validation. They're not going to go out of their way to prove to you that they're worth being picked, okay? Because a lot of the high quality women that you want are going to require you to pursue them.
If that quote-unquote high-quality woman isn't pursuing a man, then that man is most likely not going to care, I would say.
I would rather live alone and be alone for the rest of my life than be miserable in another relationship again. Welcome back to another episode of Skillet Talks. But Brian, you're going to be alone and miserable and grumpy for the rest of your life if you remain single, and you're going to die miserable. I'm going to cut you off right there. I spent 4 years in my early 20s absolutely miserable from a domestic violent relationship that luckily I got out of.
It's rare to hear about men who are in domestically violent relationships, and what I mean by that is it's not really oftentimes talked about, so it's good that he got out, in my opinion.
And I can explain and I can go through that story another time, but to be honest with you, like, I could not do that again. I would rather be in peace and make my eggs in the comfort of my own kitchen alone for the rest of my life than have to deal with somebody who treats me like crap. I mean, it absolutely destroyed my nervous system, my relationships with myself, my family, my friends. I mean, I had to reinvent myself as a person. So if you know anybody who can turn water into wine and make my life absolutely incredible, then yeah, I'm willing to die alone. Thanks.
If a man goes through a nightmare like that and then afterwards manages to find peace, he's probably never going to give it up. You see it all the time with dudes who have been through terrible things, you know, divorces and much, much worse. But at the end of the day, when they're by themselves, they find peace, they probably don't want to invite another crazy woman into their lives.
Literally one of the most embarrassing things just happened to me, and I have nobody to blame but myself. So I had a date with this man that we planned back on like Monday, right? So for a week now, we said we were going to meet on Saturday at 1 p.m. Saturday comes, y'all know I'm a late, can't be on time to save my life. I'm running late. I text him like, hey, can we push back to 1:30? 1:30 comes, I'm just getting in my car. I call him like, hey, I'm so sorry I'm running late, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I could hear it in the tone of his voice that he was pissed off. I'm like, I get there, I call him, no answer. I text him like, hey, I'm here. He's like, yeah, I left. You're wasting my time. Enjoy yourself.
The only reason why she was running late was because she was lazy. That's completely on her.
So don't date modern women. Easy answer. Men who think like this are single-handedly cutting off their own bloodline. I feel the need to repeat this again. I do not generalize all men or all women into a category. I judge based on individual behavior. But I want to address this comment here about the feminist movement being the beginning of the end and that modern women are too masculine. My question is, what about women, modern women, is too masculine?
The answer is practically everything. A lot of them are aggressive, entitled, and unpleasant to be around.
Is it that they make their own money? Is it that they have the right to vote? They can make decisions? So if you had it your way, what would change? All of the research is showing that women are outpacing men, and I think that's really important for men to take a step back and reflect upon it. But either way, evolution is occurring and natural selection will take its course, and if you don't want to date modern women, you will end your own bloodline. And not every man thinks like this, and not every woman thinks like this, but you think like this, so don't date modern women.
What she doesn't realize is that her attitude has also cut her own bloodline in the process. It's crazy to think that, you know, this entire bloodline is just gone because this woman is so painful to deal with.
The male loneliness epidemic is just a bunch of women crying online because men are pulled out of dating because of standards and expectations that are set upon them. Where? What standards and expectations? You're all in situationships. You're all doing nothing. You're all getting that coin slot for free. Let's be honest. Are you even taking the birds that you're sleeping with on dates? No, you're not. You're not. So I don't understand where these standards and expectations are that you're talking about. Because most of the women in my inbox telling me about men they're dealing with, they don't even get took out. They get took for a mug, and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
You meet a man who is over 40 years old and he's never been married, run. Because a man that has made it his entire adult life and has never decided to commit to one woman is a problem.
That makes absolutely no sense. If the man has an ex-wife, she will just assume that he caused the divorce.
I think that most guys I know, most guys I've ever met in my life, would never want to date me. I know that they feel this way. I can just sense it. I think that most guys I know are like, Fiona's cool, would never want to date her. I'm pretty hungover, but I'm going to explain with my one brain cell. Men often have opinions or say things that really don't make a lot of sense about politics, psychology, social culture, feminism. I often find myself disagreeing with men.
It's fairly obvious why men don't want to date her. She's not only ignorant, she's also very damn rude.
And I simply cannot let them think that they're right. So I want to debate. I want to argue. I want to prove you wrong. And I bring sometimes an aggressiveness to my debate style. No, you know what it is? It's a confidence to my debate style. I know 2 guys who I've debated with who have beat me. And I've said, you know what? You're right.
Debating implies wanting to know the opposite side of an argument. She just wants to be right. She actually doesn't want to know what the opposite side has to say.
In my life. And my dad's a lawyer and I beat him every damn time. He calls me up. I'm sorry, you're right, I'm wrong. I don't think a lot of men love this. So I turn off the majority of men with this little spice.
She is needlessly combative, so it's no wonder why men just give up when arguing with her. And again, this is the kind of crap, that shows why men don't want to date these women, is no dude wants to come home from a shift at work only to have to be in combat with his wife. It makes no sense.
Women are upset that men aren't approaching them in public anymore. There's a new trend going on where women will go put themselves out there, dress up a little more, make themselves seem a little perkier in an attempt to get men to approach them, and the men aren't approaching them, and they're upset about it. Newsflash, ladies, y'all created this problem. Y'all supported the feminist cause that said men should be shamed for approaching women. Y'all created imaginary boyfriends who don't exist to say, I'm not interested. But because you didn't have the balls to say I'm not interested, you said, I have a boyfriend, and made an excuse. And now there's the T app, which is publicly doxing and shaming men for approaching and talking and dating women. So explain to me how you plan on fixing this problem that you created.
They're not going to come up with a solution. As usual, they demand men to fix what they broke.
The reason why men are not asking women out on dates right now is because of women. Yes, I said it. Men are supposed to be the rock of the friendship, relationship, whatever, but we are the ones that fix up a little. When there's fixing, that's where we come in. We're supposed to help out in departments that men really don't know, the emotional state of it. The reason why, we're all up as a generation is because we're not healed. Nobody's healed. Everybody got things that they need to work on.
The term heal is annoying because there's no basic understanding of what that even means.
Whether it's from things from when we were kids, whether it's things that we're working on now, everybody needs to work on themselves, but want to date at the same time and feel lonely and feel like they need somebody. When they feel alone, now they're depressed because they feel like they need companionship. When really you just need the Lord, Jesus Christ, and just time for yourself. That's the only way you really get to know yourself for real. You don't need to be going from guy to guy to feel some type of happiness, bro. You don't need validation from nobody.
Everyone has some form of baggage that they deal with. Modern women just bring that to a whole new level. You take some 30-year-old woman who's been out there dating guys, and my goodness, nobody wants to deal with that.
Men don't actually want relationships.
You wanted equality, and now you're complaining that they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Equality also means the same. And since these men are not gay, why would they want to be in a relationship with another man? So you got your equality, and now they don't want to be in a relationship with you because you bring nothing to the table. You're basically men. They use you for one thing now. Of course they do, because that's what makes them not gay. But everything else, you're just like a guy.
They didn't want equality, they wanted to be put on a pedestal, and it doesn't actually work that way.
So they don't want to be in a relationship with a guy, otherwise they would be gay. And since they're not, they don't want to be in a relationship with you. You're not respectful, you don't give them peace. Maybe try being kind and sweet and nice, and don't bring drama into their lives. And don't try to change them, accept them for who they are and believe in them. And then they'll want to be in a relationship with you.
Even if these women were to be kinder and softer, it is far too late for many of them. And I would actually say by the time these women get so intolerable, they can't actually go back to being kinder and softer. That's one of the reasons why dudes don't want to date like 35-year-old women who have been dating the entire damn time, is because they can't actually go back to being feminine.
Gotta play hard to get because men love the chase. They actually don't anymore, okay? They are not the chase anymore, let me tell you. Ladies, it has changed, okay? And look, I'm not actually unhappy about all of it. It's been ingrained in us as young women that not to be too easy, right? And that men love the chase and that they're only gonna want you if you don't want them, and you gotta play hard to get, right?
That makes no sense. Modern women love to chase after the men who don't want them. I mean, if you go and you ask modern day women about their dating histories, guys, and the types of men that they go out there chasing, it's never good. It's always terrible.
And I've always thought it was, honestly, I don't want to. That takes too much work, you know? But now it's gone too far the other way, where they want us to literally do all the work instead. We both don't want to do all of the work, right? It has to be 50-50, at least when it comes to effort. We both don't want to have to play hard to get. We both don't want people who gaslight us. Like, it's simple things.
Modern women don't want 50-50. They made it very clear a man's job is to do 100% of everything. Like, how many times have we seen videos of women saying how, if she has to pay on a date, she won't go on another date with that man. Like, they don't want 50-50. They just want all of the benefits.
Okay, are we hitting like a nonchalant men pandemic? What's going on? Why is every other guy that I meet so nonchalant? Please grow out of it. Like, I feel like that's the step from like boy to man. Like, being nonchalant is not cool. It's not cool. I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that like nonchalant guys are so cool. And like, sure, maybe to like your buddies or like your like, I don't know.
It is not a nonchalant epidemic. The men they want simply are not interested in them. Like, it's crazy how women can't seem to interpret the fact that maybe, I don't know, men might not want to actually date them.
I don't know if that's like the new thing, like being nonchalant and like not giving a about like the girl you're talking to. Like, oh, whatever, I'm not a simp. That gives me middle school energy. But like, I feel like there's so many guys who are fully like grown and like acting like this. Like, I don't understand.
She has no idea how annoying she sounds when she uses the phrase middle school energy. Like, come on now.
You look happy. Yeah, thanks. I stopped dating. You don't realize how stressful relationships are until you're out of one. Right? Suddenly, I'm sleeping through the night. My bank account doesn't look like it's being held hostage by brunch bills. My blood pressure went back to normal. My doctor thought I started a religion or something. But no, I'm still happily Christian. She was just stealing my peace, Doc. All right? When you stop dating, the little things disappear too. There's no more arguing about why I didn't post an Instagram story about us.
If you've been in a relationship that had endless drama, the peace and quiet is like heaven. I'm sure many men understand that.
There's no more pretending I love going to Target for just one thing that somehow turns into a $300 shopping spree. No more listening to how all men are trash while I'm literally sitting right there, holding the bag of food she just asked for. All right, so now it's just me, my peace, and the freedom to watch SportsCenter without someone asking, but why are they running again? Didn't they just run yesterday? I look happy. Of course I do. Because it turns out single life isn't lonely. It's just very quiet. And quiet is so underrated these days.
Modern women won't seem to understand. Just because a man might be alone, it doesn't actually mean he is lonely. In fact, many men prefer being alone. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.